With another one of your questions. Before we get to it though, I'm Coach Mack, the founding health coach of Running with Bacon, where I help women feel like themselves again, via fitness, one small step at a time. And with all of our Q&A questions, I am joined by Renata.
Hello guys, I'm Renata from Nourish with Renata. I'm an intuitive nutrition coach, and I'm here to help empower you to nourish your body, mind, and spirit.
Awesome. So we have a fantastic question today, and it is right up your alley. So we'll get right to it. The question is, do I have to diet to lose weight?
Ooh, excellent question. So
Yes.
The first thing that I wanted to touch upon is, what does the word diet mean? There's actually at least two definitions for the word diet. The first definition is, and I get this from Oxford, they tend to know a thing or two about dictionary definitions. The first is the kind of food that a person, animal, or community habitually eats. Cool. Okay, I get that one. The second definition for the word diet, also from Oxford, is a special course of food to which one restricts oneself either to lose weight or for medical reasons. So I think first and foremost, it really depends on what is your definition of a diet. For most people, and I feel like for the person that's asking this particular question, they're using the word diet in quite a perhaps negative sense. And that's something that a lot of us probably feel or have felt at one time or another. When we say the word diet, I feel like so many people are like, oh gosh, that means I have to only drink like celery juice and eat like kale salads for the rest of my life. Like there's no enjoyment. There's no like color. It's just like green foods or like bland white foods like for the rest of your life, which I truly believe should not be something that you do if you want to both enjoy life and lose weight, as this person asks. So for me, what I choose to do is look more at the first definition of the word diet. And so in that case, yes, you do actually have to eat some kind of food while you are trying to lose weight. That's what is generally recommended for sustainable weight loss that is for the long term. So please eat some kind of food. Thank you. But just in case you think about diet in the manner that I believe the person asking the question is thinking, if you're really stuck on this word diet and it's really bringing you down and it's really making you feel quite negatively about your weight loss journey, I encourage you to replace that word with something else. So I often use the term eating plan or eating style. And when we think about it in kind of, I feel like a more general sense like that, it makes it a lot easier for us to think like, okay, what's in my eating plan? What's in my eating style while I aim for this particular goal? And that makes it a lot less a pressurized situation. It makes it a little bit easier, and it just changes your whole mindset when it comes to eating. Now, what I really think this person is saying is, do I have to restrict what I'm eating to lose weight? And honestly, it depends on several things. So if you're planning to, or you're wanting to lose like quite a lot of weight, then yeah, you got to look at the foods that you're eating and determine, hey, are my portion sizes adequate or are they too much? Am I eating, too many refined foods and not enough like wholesome, nutrient dense foods? These are all things that you have to be really honest and truthful with yourself about if you do want to lose weight. And sometimes, yes, that may mean you do need to take out some food groups, but honestly, that means you get to add in so many other food groups. Like maybe you decide you want to reduce your refined sugar intake. Awesome, that's great. Think about all the other amazing fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats that you can add in. And honestly, don't focus on the restriction, focus on what you're adding in, focus on how this makes you feel, because I bet you $1 that when you eat healthier, you're going to feel amazing, and it's going to propel you to continue eating in that way for the long term. What do you think, Mac? What's your answer to this question?
Yes. So when I saw this question, from my fitness minded perspective, I always think of this as people saying, can I just exercise more? Can I change up my exercise so that I don't have to worry about my food stuff, so that I can just keep on eating what I want to eat? I don't have to restrict myself, but I can just exercise more. And I will say that to an extent, that might work for a period of time. So anytime you're increasing your calorie output and you're not changing your calorie intake, then yeah, odds are good that you can lose weight without dieting. I will say a couple of caveats to that. The first one being, if you're anything like me, anytime I start exercising more, I want to eat more. I get hungrier. Like I am ravenous after a really hard workout. So the idea of exercising more or harder or for longer or more intensely, whatever the thing is that I'm using to increase my calorie output, it is going to make me so freaking hungry. So saying that I won't eat more is kind of like setting myself up for failure if that's my route of going about it. If that is not the case for you and you see yourself doing it, more power to you. The second kind of caveat that I have to my answer is there's this saying that goes, you can't outrun poor nutrition, or you can't outrun a poor diet, something along those lines. I'm sure it's been said multiple ways. And it's the saying is because it's real. So you can only exercise so much before your body gets overtrained, before you run out of time. So again, if you continue to increase the amount of output by doing more exercise and physical activity, you will get to a limit, whether it's an hour, whether it's 90 minutes, whether it's your weight training program and you start getting injuries and things like that, there will be a ceiling on that. And then you do have to address the food stuff. And I will say you can get as strong as you want, as in shape as you want, and all of that, and still have issues with your nutrition that will keep you from losing the weight that you want. So is it possible to lose weight without dieting, like restricting and that kind of stuff? Theoretically, yes. Is it the, I would say, healthiest, smartest, or most sustainable way to lose weight? No, is my answer. And so I think it correlates very well to what you were saying about just because you want to lose weight and you want to diet, you don't have to associate it with restriction. There are way more things to focus on, things that you can do rather than the one piece of cheesecake that you don't get to eat every night. And I say every night because even if you're dieting, in my opinion, a healthy diet should include some cheesecake. So every once in a while.
Or chocolate, you know.
Yes, or chocolate. So there are things, that's why I loved your what did you call it? Your meal plan or your eating plan is like, well, yeah, once, every so often, look, there's my piece of cheesecake on my eating plan, so I can eat it. It's not like a never food. It's just, it's in the plan, but it's not in the plan today, or it's not in the plan this weekend. So it's just a different way of looking at it that I think is a much healthier perspective than the term diet that kind of got hijacked by, the diet industry. Let's be real. They hijacked it to mean whatever fad or whatever, macro thing or calorie thing or whatever protein bars they want you to buy, whatever it is. They hijacked that word, and now we all have a really negative connotation of it. So I think if you just, flip how you look at it, I think you'll go a long way in actually losing the weight that you're looking to lose.
I love that. And I want to step on my soapbox one more time, because this is something that I feel like the diet industry really has done that is a negative impact on our society. And that is talking about quote unquote good foods and quote unquote bad foods. And then by relation, we think that if we eat the quote unquote bad foods, then we somehow become bad. Like we are not, we can't reach our goals anymore, or we're not worthy of them, or, whatever else. So I highly, highly, highly encourage people to stop using those terms, good foods and bad foods. Instead, and I say this to my kids all the time, we talk about everyday foods. Like these are foods you can have every day, like the lean proteins, the amazing fruits and veg that we have, the healthy fats. And then there are sometimes foods like the cheesecake, like the chocolate, they don't have to have such a negative connotation on them. They're just foods that we enjoy once in a while, not necessarily every single day or multiple times a day like we would with some other unrefined ingredients. So take out good and bad foods from your terminology, from your vocabulary. Some days, everyday foods and sometimes foods, I think is a better way to look at it.
Agreed. Such a helpful way, especially for kids. And I mean, let's be real, for adults too. So
yeah,
get up on that soapbox anytime you want, if that's the kind of stuff that you're going to talk about. So if you want to hear more of Renata's soapbox and more of our questions, more of our answers for your questions.
Or our questions.
Yes, or our questions. We may ask some. So stay tuned for the next one.